Hello, fellow YouTubers. My name is Ariana May Scarlet Lily. I am the newest transgender girl to YouTube. I have been getting a lot of requests from a lot of people close to me and some people who have been following my story on Facebook to make a YouTube account and start a video vlog, and I've been wanting to join for a while now, but I have been waiting till I was close to my transition, which I am starting in about a month. But this is just my introduction to you all, and I want to tell you a little about myself and what to expect from my channel. Before I do say anything, my voice, I know it's not perfect. I just started working on it. I don't have money for vocal coach at the moment, and I reached out to a few of my friends and people who have recommended me to other people, and none of them have gotten back to me, or there's none of them made time for me. So, and YouTube videos, they help a little bit, but they don't help me a ton. I'm somebody who learns better in person, if that makes sense to you all. So I know it's not perfect, but it's better than my other voice was. So I'm still working on it. I'm happy with it. No negative comments on it. But I do plan on having voice surgery within this next few months. I've done a lot of research on it and looked around for the best place. And I've watched videos from Princess Jules, from Let's Fly Butterflies. I think it's that's her name on here. But and some other videos, and all of them mention the same place, and so it really sparked my interest. Sorry, I ramble too much. But the place I have found it's called Yeezen, I do believe it's pronounced, Voice Center in Seoul, South Korea, and it may be across the world from where I'm at, but it's completely worth it. I've seen so many results and great outcomes. The voices sound just so natural, and they sound really feminine, so I'm very excited for that. That is the first surgery I plan on having within the next year. But anyways, I'll tell you a little about myself now that we're past the whole voice thing. I am a little local transgender girl from a small town in Pennsylvania known as Point Marion. I am about an hour and a half south of Pittsburgh and about 15 minutes outside of Morgantown. There's not too many trans friends I have around here that I'm very familiar with. I know there's some around Pittsburgh area, but from Fayette County, where I'm at, not too many. I'm friends with a few of them. One's name's Eric. The other one, my friend Steven. I love him to death. Such a nice guy. They're both female to male. And my friend Steven, he's actually the one who recommended me my doctor I'm going to for my hormone replacement therapy. I went to my doctor this past Tuesday, and my appointment went really well. Her name's Joanne, and she is, the doctor prescribed me my hormone replacement therapy, my estrogen, and spirolactone, or however you pronounce that. I probably pronounce that terribly. But she is located at the Children's Hospital of Adolescent Medicine in Oakland, PA, which is part of Pittsburgh. I went for my lab work on Wednesday, and I go back down on April 21st, and that is when I will start my hormone replacement therapy. I could not be happier for it. I wanted to make this video a lot sooner and join YouTube sooner, but I wanted to wait till I had an actual date for my transition and everything. But I'm very excited for that. I'll tell you a little about myself. I know I've repeated myself a lot in this. I'm just really nervous to finally be on YouTube and get my story out there and introduce myself to y'all. Like I said, I live in Point Marion. I work at Red Lobster in Morgantown, West Virginia, and I work at Olive Garden in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, as a hostess at both of them. I've been a part of Olive Garden since January and part of Red Lobster since last August. But, what else? Well, I'll tell you a little bit about my story and what's led me to where I'm at today as transgender. I have known I was transgender for as long as I can remember. The earliest memory I have is when I was 4 years old. I'm going to save that for another video, though. A video I'm going to post within the next few days about my story, and just I'll tell you what it's all led up to, and all the details that have happened. We'll mention that in another video. But earliest memory I have was when I was 4, and my whole life I battle with confusion and depression, and just I search for myself, suffer from severe dysphoria, which I'm sure every transgender does, some worse than others. Um, I battled, like I said, my whole teenage years. I finally, in 2014, I really started. I was almost 18 back then. I'm gonna be 20 in 3 months. But back then, I was just turning 18, and I told myself I need to find who I am. So I really started like just reaching out to people in the LGBT community that I knew, and just friends of mine, and just kind of kept trying to figure out who I was. And one of my friends mentioned, "Well, do you think you might be transgender?" And I said, I never really thought about it. Like I was familiar with the LGBT community, but like didn't really know like what transsexual, transgender like meant until like I really started doing the research and reading stories. And whenever I did, I was like, okay, this describes me. I have finally found something to describe myself as, and I was so happy. I couldn't be happier with the outcome. I so in October 2014 is when I finally came to terms with it all. I said I can finally identify myself as transgender. I have found who I am, and I told a few of my close friends. So then over the next few months, I just tried to ready myself and said I need to tell everybody else now. And I had a few of my close friends and people tell me that they never thought I'd actually tell anybody. They thought I would just, keep it bottled up and live a lie, and when I heard that from people, it made me want to prove them wrong. And so I said, okay, I'm going to prove you all wrong. And I ready myself faster than I probably should have, but I was ready for it by the time the day came. Last March, I suffered a severe knee injury. My knee got pinned between a van and the concrete wall, and I was down and out. I couldn't drive for several weeks, and I was on crutches. I couldn't drive. I couldn't do anything. So I laid in my room. I cried. I just did a lot of soul searching, a lot of thinking, and I said, I am finally ready to tell the world. So after finally readying myself on Easter of 2015, I sat my mom down and my brother and told them that I was transgender, and they both had already known, and which I was really shocked about. I was told before that they knew, but I didn't want to accept that. I wanted to wait. I wanted them to find out when I was ready for them to find out, but they, like I said, they already knew. But they were so positive about it. My mom more than brother. I'll talk about my family in another video that I'll upload either later tonight or tomorrow. But my family was very supportive. My mom and my one aunt knew, and my brother, and then a lot of my close friends around me, around the neighborhood I live in, and a lot of, like I said, a lot of my friends already knew, but they were waiting for me to tell them that I knew. They were waiting for me to tell them that they knew, so that was really confusing. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, so that night I texted everybody and told all of them, the ones who already knew, and I couldn't have been happy with the outcome. They were all so supportive, so accepting, so positive about it. And then over the next few months, I started telling more people started finding out, more of my family members found out because the day I came out to my mom and them, I made an Instagram as the true me. And then the next month, I made a Facebook, so they all saw me on Facebook and Instagram and found out that way.